When people hear the words nude photography, many immediately think they know what it is. Some imagine controversy. Others think of provocation. Some dismiss it entirely before ever looking closely at a single image. But what if one of the oldest and most respected artistic traditions in human history is also one of the most misunderstood? Nude photography occupies a unique place in the visual arts because it asks viewers to look beyond what is immediately obvious. The human body is familiar to all of us. We live inside one every day. Yet when photographed with intention, light, composition, and emotion, the body becomes something more than anatomy. It becomes shape, form, symbol, story. This is where many misunderstandings begin. People often assume that nude photography is about revealing the body. In reality, the most powerful nude photographs are often about revealing something else entirely. They reveal vulnerability. They reveal strength. They reveal identity. They reveal the complex relationship between a person and the way they see themselves. In fine art photography, the body frequently serves as a visual language rather than a destination. Just as a landscape photographer uses mountains to express scale or solitude, a nude photographer may use the human form to explore emotion, memory, transformation, or connection. The body becomes a medium, a tool for expression, a canvas made of light and shadow. This distinction matters because artistic intent changes everything. The same subject can be photographed in dramatically different ways depending on the purpose behind the image. One photograph may focus on sensation. Another may focus on geometry. One may invite attention toward appearance. Another may invite reflection on human experience. The camera itself is neutral. What matters is how it is used. Throughout history, artists have repeatedly returned to the human body because it offers endless possibilities for exploration. Ancient sculptors studied anatomy to understand balance and proportion. Painters used the figure to represent mythology, spirituality, and emotion. Photographers inherited that tradition and translated it into a modern visual language. The goal was never simply to document the body. The goal was to understand it. To study how light wraps around a shoulder. How shadow defines a silhouette. How posture communicates confidence, fear, dignity, or introspection. A slight turn of the head can transform the emotional meaning of an image. A single beam of light can reshape an entire composition. When viewed through this lens, nude photography becomes less about exposure and more about perception. It asks a fascinating question. What happens when we remove the distractions? Without fashion, branding, trends, or social status, what remains? The answer often surprises people. Viewers begin noticing lines instead of labels, emotion instead of appearance, presence instead of presentation. The photograph becomes quieter, more direct, more human. Of course, not every nude photograph is automatically art. Like any genre, quality depends on vision, skill, and purpose. Great nude photography requires careful attention to lighting, composition, ethics, communication, and respect. The strongest images are rarely the most revealing. They are often the most thoughtful. The ones that encourage viewers to pause and consider something deeper than what first meets the eye. Perhaps this is why the genre continues to endure despite centuries of criticism, debate, and misunderstanding. Artists keep returning to the human form because it remains one of the most powerful subjects available. Not because it is shocking. Not because it is forbidden. But because it is universal. Every culture, every generation, every individual shares the experience of inhabiting a human body. And through photography, that shared experience can be transformed into something meaningful, reflective, and profoundly artistic. The next time you encounter a nude photograph, try looking beyond the obvious. Look for the light. Look for the composition. Look for the emotion. You may discover that the image is not really about the body at all. It is about what the body allows us to see.